kick. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kyle Cephas and Sean Kroll bringing you the play-by-play for Monarch football here in Bellevue West as the Thunderbirds host the Papillion La Vista Monarchs. And we're off. And that run stopped after about a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Here we go on 2nd down now. And the handoff is going to go to number 34. That'll be Mike Gilbert. He'll take it for a short gain. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Monarch defense so far looking tough. Already 3rd down and quite a few yards to go for the Thunderbirds.
It'll be 3rd and 7. Number 13, Brazil. His screen pass. Yes. That was Malik Hulachueki on the reception there. That's going to bring up 4th down. Excuse me, that'll bring 1st and 10 on the 1st down by Hulachueki. And 13, Brazil takes it on the quarterback keeper, and he'll be brought down after about a 2-3 yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and long for the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds coming into this game 4-0 after a big win last week over Papillion South. The Monarchs are 3-1. And Brazil, he'll hand the ball off to 34 again. Mike Gilbert.
It's Nick Lechtenberg on the tackle for the Monarchs. Making it a 3rd and 5 now for the Thunderbirds.
Brazil steps back, and his throw is going to be completed to number 15 on the play. That is C.J. Johnson. That's going to bring up another Bellevue West 1st down.
Kyle, that's a great 3rd down conversion right there for the Thunderbirds. Nice catch there by C.J. Johnson.
So here we go on 1st and 10 again. That was the 2nd 1st down of this drive. Brazil's handoff to Gilbert again, and he's going to be brought down after not much. Couldn't even get past the line of scrimmage there until he was brought down by number 44, Nick Lechtenberg. On 2nd down, Brazil, he'll hand the ball off this time. That is going to be a short gain by number 32 on the play, Ryan Planbeck. And Kyle Emmerich comes in on the tackle there.
Kyle, 3rd down and 8 to go.
This is the 3rd down of the drive, and so far they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions in this drive. Here we go with Brazil. He's got a full house set. Look at the ball. He's going to drop back, and Brazil, his pass complete to C.J. Johnson again. Johnson breaking a few tackles there. There's another 1st down, Sean. So the Monarchs doing good on 1st and 2nd down, but once the pass comes, they don't know how to stop it.
Absolutely, Kyle. That run game from the Thunderbirds so far has not been very successful, but every time they throw the ball so far, we've got 3 completions and 1st downs.
And that's C.J. Johnson. He has 2 receptions now. Brazil, 3 for 3 today on his passes. So here we go. Brazil, he's going to hand that ball to number 11, who's going to get dropped back. That on the run there is Hunter Gage. And the Bellevue West Thunderbirds are going to lose a few yards on that play, Sean.
That's a great defensive play from the Monarchs, continuing to stop that run.
Monarchs come into this game 3-1. Their only loss was their first game of the season to Papillion South Titans, and they've won 3 straight since then. They're on quite a roll. Brazil's going to keep it himself. He's going to go up the middle for what looks like he could be just short of the first down marker. We'll wait for the ref's signal. It will bring up 3rd and short. The Monarchs coming off 2 blowout wins, one against Omaha South and then last week against the Benson Bunnies. And that was a handoff to Gilbert. And we'll see what the refs call. It will be first down for the Bellevue West Bruins. That is another 3rd down conversion, Sean.
Yeah, Kyle, the Thunderbirds so far this drive moving down the field very comfortably.
So here brings up another 1st and 10. The Monarchs struggling on 3rd downs here. Brazil get the snap. And he'll hand it up the middle. Mike Gilbert getting a medium gain there. Bellevue West, Sean, this year they've beaten Bellevue East, which is a big win, first week of the year. After that, they beat Millard South. So they've had a few impressive wins. And last week, again, they beat Papillion South, making Papillion South 2-2 on the year. So far, Bellevue West undefeated, and they've had a great season so far. And there's a penalty on the field, Sean. We'll see what the refs call. It could be a false start.
But yeah, Kyle, this Thunderbirds team, like you said, facing some tough opponents, staying undefeated. That's a great job. It's going to make a great game for both teams tonight.
So that's going to bring a 5-yard penalty, the first flag of the game. That is going to be on Bellevue West. Here we go on 2nd and 10 now. After the penalty, Brazil. He's going to step back and pass. And another completion to C.J. Johnson. That's going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Kyle, these passes to C.J. Johnson have all been successful so far this game. They're just having a great time here, moving the field.
And Brazil hasn't had an incompletion yet today, Sean, so that secondary for the Monarchs need to keep at it here. Here we go on 3rd down. And the Brazil miscommunication on the play. He loses the ball. That's going to be a fumble and bring up 4th down, Sean. Miscommunication, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, nice job by Tyler Koch to get in there, be smart, and make the play.
That was a handoff intended to number 4, Cole Patterson. That did not quite get there, and the ball ended up on the ground. But they're going to go for it on 4th down here. The defense really needs to step it up here.
8 yards
Brazil
to go.
On 4th and 8. That was the first time they did not convert on 3rd down today, Sean. Brazil's pass up top to C.J. Johnson, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. They're on the board first.
Wow, Kyle, that was an impressive play from the Thunderbirds. All they had to do was get 8 yards, but they go for the big pass, and C.J. Johnson's there once again for another completion and a touchdown.
6 minutes, 18 seconds into the game, Sean. We have our first score. Bellevue West offensively sound early on.
Absolutely, Kyle. I mean, this whole drive, they had those 3 conversions and now the touchdown, all on successful pass plays.
And Brazil is perfect so far. Not a single incompletion. That was a beautiful pass up to C.J. Johnson. That was Johnson's 4th reception of the day. Here we go for the extra point. That was number 68, Chris Hann. So Bellevue West up early 7-0 with 5:42 left in the first quarter, and now we get to see that high-powered Monarch offense come into play.
Absolutely, Kyle. And the Thunderbirds have also given the Monarch defense quite a bit to think about as they watch their offense attempt to score some points as for what they're going to do the next time the Thunderbirds have the ball.
The defense has a lot to talk over now as far as stopping the pass. That secondary was just beat. So here we go now, and Bellevue West will kick the ball off. Back to receive for the Monarchs is going to be 25, Sean Van Briesen, and number 32, Bryce Roberts. So here we go on the kick. And it's not going to quite get to Roberts. But that's going to be 31 David Newell.
Kyle, that kick really was going against the wind right there. Doesn't get too far. Monarchs have great field position to start the drive.
It's a windy night here in Bellevue, Nebraska for this game. It's a good night for football, though. There's not a whole lot of clouds in the sky. It's a beautiful night, and it's a good night for some Friday night under the lights high school football.
All right, Kyle, so here's that Monarch offense led by Alex Toro, looking to get some points on the board this drive.
Here we go, Alec DeToro. He's going to roll out, number 18, and his pass is going to be incomplete. So far this year, DeToro has been pretty sound. He's thrown for 986 yards in just 4 games. That's a completion of 64%, Sean, with 10 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions against those 10 touchdowns. He's had a great season so far. DeToro's going to hand it up the middle to Sean Van Briesen, who's going to take it to the outside, and Van Briesen is going to make it 3rd and short here. Sean Van Briesen running the ball this year. He's had 51 carries for 425 yards and 7 touchdowns in just 4 games. He's played very well this season.
Timeout
official
call from the
timeout.
officials. So Monarchs at 3rd down and 1. Van Briesen on the run.
Van Briesen up the middle. He's going to take it to the first. That'll be a 1st down and much more.
Well, Kyle, that's an impressive run from Sean Van Briesen. Gets right at the hole through the middle. Only had 1 guy to beat there on that run.
So here we go. This Monarch offense is working fast here. This is just their 3rd play, and they're on their opponent's side of the 50 already. DeToro is going to step back, and his ball intended for Lucas Hostetler. That'll be number 3, and that'll be incomplete on the play.
Well, Kyle, that would have been a tough catch for Lucas Hostetler. I think that wind may be affecting the throws, not only the kicks.
Lucas Hostetler this year has caught 14 balls for 319 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's had quite the year as well. It's another senior-led offense. DeToro, his hand up the middle, and it's going to be stopped short of the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring 3rd and long for the Monarchs.
That's a great job from the defensive line of the Thunderbirds, reading that play and getting in there and making a strong tackle on a tough running back.
So for the Monarchs, it's 3rd and 12. Here we go, DeToro, he's going to take it himself. He's going to tuck it and run. DeToro going to get to the outside. He'll get the 1st down and much more, Sean, as Alec DeToro scores on the play. The Monarchs are evening out the game here. DeToro was untouched, Sean.
Yeah, Kyle, that's very impressive. He's got great vision as he moves down the field right there, getting that run for the touchdown.
So Alec DeToro is going to even the score if number 97, Gage Roman's kick, will be completed here. Gage Roman's on to tie the game, and his extra point is good, and the Monarchs took them about 2 minutes, but they got down there. Fast drive for the Monarchs, and it's 7-7 here with 4:03 left to go in the 1st quarter.
That was a very impressive offensive drive. We saw plays from Alec DeToro, good passes, nice running from Sean Van Briesen, and that final play from DeToro. That was very impressive, getting points on the board for the Monarchs and tying this game up.
So in for the kickoff is going to be number 95, Michael Bosilovic for Monarchs.
Well, Kyle, hopefully that Monarch defense is prepared for Brazil. He's been perfect tonight, as you said before, and I'm sure he and C.J. Johnson are looking to complete a few more passes on this next drive.
Monarchs come into this game ranked 43rd in the state, Bellevue West comes in ranked 15th in the state. So it would be quite the upset if the Monarchs could march into Bellevue and take away that undefeated season that Bellevue West is looking forward to, but it's still early in the game, and there's a lot of football that is left to be played with 4:03 left in the first quarter. Vasilevic's kick, that's going to be a squib kick, picked up by number 11 on the play, and he's going to take it to the opposite side of the field where there's a lot of white jerseys, and he's going to be brought down on the return. That was number 11, Hunter Gage. So Brazil this year, he's had quite the year. He's thrown for 935 yards with 11 touchdowns, and Sean, just 1 interception in 4 games. He's had quite the year, and that's what has made Bellevue West so great this year, is his poise that he's had in that pocket. Here we go on 1st and 10 on the 27, Sean. Brazil's going to step back, and his ball is going to go deep to C.J. Johnson, and that's going to be incomplete. Number 4, Jalen Allison, tipping that ball away.
Well, Kyle, we saw that pass just a few minutes ago when the Thunderbirds came to score for that touchdown, but this time the wind messes with that ball. C.J. Johnson cannot get under it.
C.J. Johnson is averaging 115 yards a game receiving. He's had 5 touchdowns this year, 462 yards in 4 games. So he's the number 1 receiver that Brazil is going to look to in this game, and that ball is also going to go to C.J. Johnson, and he's going to shake and bake his way to get a few extra yards until he's brought down to bring 3rd and long. So 3rd and 5. This is their first 3rd down of this drive. Brazil's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back, and Brazil is going to run out of the pocket, and he'll pick up the first down and a little bit more. He's forced out of bounds, and there is going to be a penalty on the play. This could be unnecessary roughness. So it will be a personal foul for unnecessary roughness, and now Bellevue West is just given yards, and that'll take them over the 50. They're on the Monarchs side of the ball now.
Yeah, Kyle, that puts the Thunderbirds and Brazil in great position now.
Here we go on 1st and 10. Brazil is going to fake the handoff, and he's going to keep it himself. Too many white jerseys around, and he's going to be brought down for just a 1-yard gain on the play.
It's a great job from Tyler Koch and that defensive line, seeing that Brazil kept the ball himself and preventing a large play from being made.
So here we go, Sean, 2nd and 11. And Brazil's pass intended for C.J. Johnson, not quite getting there. That'll be his 2nd incompletion of the day.
It's 3rd down and 11 now.
Third and long, and you can imagine the pass on this play as Brazil will step back, and he's going to find number 2, Malik Huluchewski. And Huluchewski is going to get them 4th and short, and the offense is staying on the field for another. Last time they had 4th down, Sean, they had a touchdown.
That's true, Kyle. Why not do it again?
4th and short here. Defense. Brazil will step back. He gets hit as he throws, and that's going to be incomplete, and the Monarchs offense is going to get the ball back.
Well, Kyle, it looks like the Monarch defense did talk about Brazil and his passing success, and this time I think they gave a lot more pressure on the quarterback, causing him to have 3 incompletions instead of 0.
Right you are, and that Monarch defense really stepped up. You know, coming into this game and you're playing a team as tough as Bellevue West, you have to have a really good game plan, and I'm pretty sure Jeff Govier, their head coach, has thought about it all week. Long practices. That's what made that defense so tough on that drive.
Absolutely.
Here we go yet again with the Monarch offense. Last time out, Alec Toro ran in for a touchdown, and this time Sean Van Briesen getting the run. He's going to get stuffed behind the line. That'll be number 42 on the play, Ryan Curl.
So Monarchs at second down and 16 yards to go now.
And that's going to be a screen pass out to Van Briesen, who's going to get brought down again behind the line. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, Kyle, so far this drive, the Thunderbirds defense swarming to Sean Van Briesen on those last 2 plays.
So 3rd and a mile. 4 wide set for Alec DeToro. 3rd and 15, Sean. DeToro's going to step back. He's going to roll out. DeToro is going to get brought down. He's going to get sacked. 3 and out for the Monarchs, and they're going to have to punt this ball away.
Well, Kyle, that is night and day compared to the last drive we saw from the Monarchs as they easily made their way down the field to score that touchdown. And now 3 and out due to a great effort from that Thunderbirds defense. You
got to imagine that that's only going to upset the defense for the Monarchs because they worked so hard to get the ball back for the offense, and 3 and out brings up 4th and 17. Van Briesen in for the punt. Van Briesen pressured. His punt is going to roll.
Looks like CJ Johnson on that return.
So here we go with Bellevue West's 3rd drive of the game, and it's going to be 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Bellevue West will take over at their own 32. John, Bellevue West in the last couple of years, they've seen their ups, they've seen their downs. This year, though, head coach Michael Huffman has brought them a lot of success, 4-0. They've had a good season. They're looking to keep improving, and so far their offense has looked really well. That's going to be Mike Gilbert, and he's going to get stuffed. Nick Lechtenberg in on the play yet again. He's been in on a few plays today. The time is ticking, and that'll be the end of the first quarter, folks. Here in Bellevue, Nebraska, it is 7-7. And when the second quarter starts, we'll take over 2nd and 10, ball in the 32 for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds.
So Kyle, so far we've seen 2 successful offensive drives, 1 from each team, and then the second one for each offense. Not very successful. The defense is stepping up, starting out the 3rd drive for the Thunderbirds.
We talk about Bellevue West's success so far this year. Their first game of the year was their hated rivals, Bellevue East. They won that game by quite a lot. Their second game of the year was against Millard South, who a week prior had beaten the defending state champs. Bellevue West off to a good start last week. They beat Papillion La Vista South. So far this year, Bellevue West has been firing on all cylinders. Their offense has looked good. They've not a whole lot of turnovers. They've played how champions play. Very good job by that defense and offense this year.
Absolutely, and that gives the Monarchs even more incentive to come here tonight and play a tough football game. And so far, they've been doing a great job. The score is tied at 7. Here we go, Brazil and the Thunderbirds.
And the second quarter is yet to start here as Brazil is going to send a man in motion, and he is going to fake the handoff. His pass is going to be completed on the play. That was number 4, Cole Patterson.
Kyle, it's the first time we've seen Patterson's number thrown to tonight. Successful play. It's 3rd and 2 now for the Thunderbirds on the 40-yard line.
They've been successful on 3rd downs for the most part. And that is going to be handoff to Mike Gilbert. And we'll see what the refs say. That could be just short. And there's some physical action after the play was over.
Kyle, looks like the spot here is going to be close.
There's going to be an official timeout. And they're going to bring the chain gang on to see if Bellevue West did get a first down here. And it looks like they were short by about half a yard. So it'll bring up 4th and very short. And you can imagine that offense is going to stay on the field and go for it.
Yeah, Kyle, they've done that twice today. They are in their own territory, but I believe they have faith in their offense in getting half of a yard. I guess we'll see.
On 4th down conversions today, they are 1 for 2. The first time, they threw it up to C.J. Johnson, who got a touchdown. The second time, they did not throw it to C.J. Johnson, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, Kyle, so a bit of a risk here. It looks like a timeout has been called.
The Monarchs have seen heartbreak, but they've seen a lot of positives this year. Their first game of the season, they lost to their hated rivals, Papillion La Vista South. But ever since then, they've won 3 straight. They marched into Lincoln the next week and beat Lincoln East. The week after that, they host Omaha South. They beat them 58-0. And last week, they beat the Benson Bunnies. It's been quite the year so far for this team.
Absolutely. I think after that first game, the Monarchs really decided they were going to come out every night on a mission, and they want to win every football game that they're here out to play.
So here we go on 4th and short. And Bellevue West might be looking to run here. As, yeah, Mike Gilbert's going to get the direct snap. And he will be just short, it looks like. We'll see what the officials call. There is a flag on the play, Sean. Looks like he was just short. And yeah, it's going to be a first down for the Monarchs.
So it looks like that flag will not influence the turnover of downs.
So that'll be the second time Bellevue West does not convert on 4th down.
And this time, so now the Monarchs in great field position.
Last time out, Monarchs went. Last time out, the Monarchs went 3 plays up, 3 plays down so fast, you had to use slow motion just to watch it.
Yeah, Kyle, hopefully Alex Toro and his fellow Monarchs are out here to score.
DeToro, his pass. No, DeToro's going to run.
Man, Kyle, DeToro is such a huge threat on his legs. It's tough for this defense to focus on him when they're looking out for that pass.
Alec DeToro has had quite the year. Threw 6 interceptions in that loss to Papio South. Since then, in 3 games, he's only thrown 1. And in the last 2 games, he hasn't thrown a single interception. So he's on a good streak here. That's going to be a first down for Sean Van Briesen on the run. The senior running back. Here we go on 1st and 10.
Looks like an official timeout. They're going to bring out the chain gang once again. Make sure this is actually a first down.
So here we go on 3rd and short maybe, as they are going to bring the chain gang out, and it proves to be 3rd and short now. Van Briesen did not quite get over the marker there. 3rd and inches for the Monarchs. Toro's got a 4 wide set. Van Briesen the lone back. And DeToro is going to take it himself. He'll get the first down. He's going to make a spin move. DeToro to the outside, and he'll be brought down. Good play by Alec DeToro, and they're just outside the red zone.
DeToro there fighting for those yards, getting the first down and a lot more. It just shows his athleticism and his ability to make yards.
He's a dual threat quarterback. When you have a quarterback who can not only throw the ball as well as he can, but can run the ball too, makes for tough defense, and that'll be number 2, Jack Kalina, who will get the reception and get a few yards on the play. So Jack Kalina getting a few yards. That's his first reception of the game. Carolina this year. He has not caught a touchdown, but he has averaged 34 yards in 4 games with 16 receptions for 134 yards. And that is going to be a high snap going way behind DeToro. And DeToro's just going to fall on it. And no, DeToro does not quite get it. Bellevue West recovers, and DeToro might have hurt his arm.
Wow, Kyle. That was an unfortunate turn of events for the Monarchs.
And Alec DeToro is walking off in a lot of pain, Sean. If DeToro leaves this game early, that could be very hectic for that Monarch offense. But after the bad snap, it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Bellevue West, and they'll take over on their own side of the ball. On their own side of the field, excuse me. So here we go for Brazil in the pistol. He'll step back, and his throw is going to be a short pass. That's going to bring up a 1st down. That was number 4, Cole Patterson on the play.
So nice short pass there for the Thunderbirds. Gets them a 1st down. 2nd time Patterson has gotten the ball.
So here we go on another 1st down for the Bellevue Westboro Thunderbirds. And
Brazil still has the ball.
It looks like the defense was just as confused as our cameramen. They went after the running back, Mike Gilbert, and all that time Brazil actually had the ball.
That's a nice read there from Brazil, deciding to hold on to the ball. That's another Thunderbirds 1st down.
And Thunderbirds just rolling right along here. Looking like a good drive for them. Bringing up their 3rd 1st down of the drive. Brazil's going to step back. He's going to get pressured, and he'll be brought down just short of the line of scrimmage. The Monarch defense got to him too fast there.
It's a nice job from the Monarch defensive line. Kyle, if they want to stop Brazil, that's how they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to keep that pressure on him and not let him tear that secondary apart.
And then on the play, that was Steven Bowers, Kyle Emmerich, and Tyler Koch. Dude, you got 3 guys coming at you. You're not in good odds. He's going to send a man in motion, and that's going to be a short gain for the Thunderbirds. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Nick Lechtenberg in on the play there. So here we go with 8:40 left in the 1st half of play. 7-7, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. Third and 7. Brazil's going to step back, and he's looking towards the end zone, and that is going to be overthrown, bringing up 4th and 7. That was intended for Brennan Casiso.
Yeah, Kyle, incomplete right there, and he also had 2 guys covered on Brennan Casiso.
So here we go on 4th and 7, and they are going to stay on the field for the offense. And Brazil, his pass is going to be intercepted. It's going the other way. Here we go. That's his 2nd pick that he's thrown this year. Number 2, Jack Kalina, coming on the interception. That's only the 2nd time Brazil's thrown an interception yet in this year. Great job by Jack Kalina to get there. And Jack Kalina, that was a nice read by him. That was Jack Kalina's 1st interception of the season.
Well, it comes at a great time for the Monarchs. Score is still tied at 7-7. 8 minutes left in the 1st half. The Monarchs can get something going here on offense.
So DeToro left that last drive, and it looked like his arm was hurt, but he's going to come back out. The arm that was hurt was not his throwing arm. And DeToro's pass is going to be caught by Jalen Allison. And no, might have been a fumble, but they're going to call the play dead. It's going to be incomplete. Jalen did not quite get possession before he was brought down, so it is going to bring up 2nd and 10. And those wide receivers, once they touch the ball, they need to keep those balls in their hands. So here we go, DeToro. He'll hand the ball off to Sean Van Briesen, who's going to get the middle. Van Briesen going to take it for a first down and much more.
Okay, that's the second run we've seen from Van Briesen. That's broken away into the middle of the field. Monarchs continue to go to Van Briesen, and he's been very successful tonight on the run.
Now the Monarchs just rolling right along. Here we go, 1st and 10. And that is miscommunication on the play, and DeToro's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage, bringing up 2nd down. So here we go on 2nd and 13. DeToro in shotgun. He's got trips to his right. DeToro is going to tuck and run, and he's might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he'll lose a few yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and long, Sean.
Well, Kyle, so far Monarchs have not capitalized on that great interception from Jack Kalina. 7 minutes left in the first half.
When you're facing a team as well coached and as well played by Bellevue West, you want to score early, so this offense is going to have to convert here on 3rd and long. DeToro now in shotgun. He's going to pump fake the ball, and DeToro going long, and that's going to be caught by number 2, Jack Kalina, for a first down for the Monarchs.
Well, Cal, he's got those great hands on defense getting that interception, and here now he gets that 3rd down conversion pass from Alec DeToro, showing great hands once again. That's a nice play.
That's going to bring up another first down, and 3rd and long conversion there for DeToro and Jack Kalina. That's quite the duo. So here we go, in shotgun again. His handoff to Sean Van Briesen, who's going to go up the middle, and Van Briesen going to be stopped just short of the first down marker. So Van Briesen has some success running the ball so far today.
Absolutely.
So here we go on 2nd and short. 2 yards until the first down. DeToro with trips to his right. He's going to step back. DeToro is going to fire. That'll be intended for number 15, Reed Mathias. The ball is going to sail out of bounds. So that'll bring up 3rd and short. Last time they had 3rd down, they completed on a big 14-yard pass. So here we go on 3rd and 2. Van Briesen is not going to get the handoff. DeToro fakes the handoff to Van Briesen, takes it himself for what could be a first down. We'll see what the refs call. And that will be a first down for Alec DeToro.
So that's a nice job, DeToro getting the first down on his feet. Monarchs, I mean, that's a called play right there for the Monarchs. So,
Sean, that was their 2nd straight 3rd down conversion.
Absolutely. I think they were expecting the pass on that. 2 in a row now.
So here we go, and Van Briesen's going to get the handoff on first down again, and he is going to be stuffed. Nowhere to go, and he'll be brought down by what looks like to be number 34, Mike Gilbert. Mike Gilbert playing on both sides of the ball, playing running back and linebacker. So here we go, 2nd down. DeToro with trips to his left. DeToro is going to roll out, and he's going to fire the ball up. That's going to be incomplete. No one around. There wasn't a jersey around. DeToro just threw that ball away.
Yeah, Cal just trying to avoid the sack. Remember last drive, that snap that went way over his head and rolled for about 15 yards.
So here we go on 3rd and 9, Sean. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. We'll see what they can do here on 3rd and 9. Alec DeToro with trips to his left in shotgun. He's going to step back. The pressure's coming, and he's going to find Van Briesen. Van Briesen going to get the first down and more. Touchdown, Sean Van Briesen. DeToro now has ran for a touchdown and thrown a touchdown. The Monarchs with their first lead of the game.
Well, that's a nice job by DeToro. Even when he had that pressure coming onto him, You know, he sees Sean Van Briesen with that short little pass, and then Van Briesen gets the blocks he needs, and he gets in there for the touchdown.
So here we go. Gage Roman's coming in for the extra point. And that looks like it is just good. The wind caught it. It was almost not quite there, but it went just over. And the Monarchs are up 14-7 with 5:05 left to go in the second quarter.
Here's a look at that last play that went for the touchdown. Van Briesen wide open. He's got two blockers right there in front of him. Follows them into the end zone.
Got the blocks he needed and just dragged that last defender in the end zone with him. Great job by the offense there. So the Monarchs going to kick off the ball. That'll be Michael Basilovic to kick the ball off to the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. And back to receive is going to be number 15, C.J. Johnson. We've seen him a few times grabbing the ball. He's already caught a touchdown on the day. Monarchs right now looking for an upset as they're up by 7. And the Monarchs lined up. They're ready to kick. Basilovic kicks a long kick to C.J. Johnson, who will take it from about the 5-yard line. And Johnson going to roll out to the sideline. And Johnson up the sideline. Johnson is going to take it all the way down to the Monarchs side of the field, about the 34-yard line. Great return there for C.J. Johnson. He gets it to about the 33-yard line. And Bellevue West in great field position for this drive.
Yeah, Kyle, that was a nice kick from Basilovic for the Monarchs, but C.J. Johnson showing his speed right there, showing why he's one of Brazil's main targets on offense.
You know, when you're as tall as C.J. Johnson is, you have those long legs that'll give you good strides. Showed off the speed, and he got huge kick return for the Thunderbirds. So here we go now on 1st and 10. He's going to send a man in motion, Brazil, to step back, and he'll throw the ball up to the end zone. That ball is going to sail incomplete, intended for number 30, Braden Knapp. Ball was just long, sailed into the end zone, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. And ever since that first drive, Brazil struggled a little bit. That first drive, he went 4 for 4, and since then he hasn't had the numbers that he had in that first drive because this defense has really stepped up. And I say that as he completes his pass to Malik Huluchweski. That's going to bring up a first down for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds.
It's a nice play from the Thunderbirds.
They're in the red zone now, on the ball on the 20.
So Kyle, Monarch defense got to watch out for Mike Gilbert on the run as well as Brazil, and of course that successful pass.
And Brazil is going to hand the ball up to Michael Gilbert. And Michael Gilbert taking it for about an 8-yard gain before he's brought down by number 5, Nate Lechtenberg. Nick Lechtenberg, a linebacking duo, twins. So here we go on 2nd and short. And this pass is going to be tipped by number 5, Nate Lechtenberg, and incomplete. Brazil.
Yeah, Kyle, so we've seen Lechtenberg in on the play once again. That's a great job getting in there to disrupt that pass.
3rd and 2, here we go for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds with 4:05 left in the first half. Brazil in the pistol, 4 wide set. Gilbert, that big running back, and that's going to be offsides. Stephen Bowers on the offsides, and he had happy feet down there.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, Monarchs can't make mistakes like that in the red zone. That's just what the Thunderbirds wanted.
So that's That's going to bring up a first down for the Thunderbirds now after the 5-yard penalty. Stephen Bowers. And now it's 1st and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. Great field position for the purple and gold. Brazil's going to step back to pass, and he'll roll out. And there might be holding on the play there, and he's just going to go out of bounds. And we'll see what the referee's calling that penalty. It looked like it might have been holding. It was Cameron O'Connor who was trying to get around, and he was just held by number 76. Frank Dolenchek.
So here's the word from the officials.
Holding, that'll be a 10-yard penalty. And that's going to bring up first down, excuse me. 10-yard penalty, now they're back on the 21. So they're outside of the red zone yet again. 1st and 21 till the end zone. Brazil's going to step back, and his pass is going to go to C.J. Johnson, who's going to break another tackle, and C.J. Johnson's 2nd touchdown of the game as Bellevue West strikes again.
Well, Kyle, the Monarchs had to be anticipating that C.J. Johnson was going to get this pass. I mean, he's been so successful on these passes. 1 touchdown already. That's the 2nd one tonight on that kick return. Breaks 2 tackles there from Jack Kalina there at the end.
That's going to add to an impressive year for C.J. Johnson. That'll be touchdown number 7 on the year for Johnson and number 13 on the year for Brazil. And that is going to be the extra point is good. That's going to tie it up at 14 with 3:48 left to go in the 2nd quarter. We're all tied up here in Bellevue, Nebraska. Bellevue West Thunderbirds hosting the Papillion La Vista Monarchs.
Well, Kyle, we have a great football game so far tonight. Like you said, beautiful night for football. Score is tied at 14. Just under 4 minutes left in the first half. Both teams, 2 great teams tonight. Kyle, this is a great game so far.
Papillion comes into this game as the underdogs, and so far they've been able to keep up as they've struck to the end zone twice. And there is that Papillion La Vista Monarchs student section. Might be a away game, but you always have to have pride in your school. And these guys show up for every away game. As big as our student section was here for Papillion La Vista, Bellevue West student section is a little bit bigger.
Gotta say, Kyle, it's good to see both teams have both strong support from their student sections.
Well, that's what makes Nebraska high school football so great, is the pride that each school has in their student body. Here we go on the kickoff. And that is a heck of a kick. That's going to go into the end zone. Wow, what a boot there. 32, Cal Matheson not being able to bring it out of the end zone. And the refs are going to throw the yellow here. We'll see what they call. The ref's still talking over to see what the penalty was. Usually on kickoffs like this, you see clipping and holding calls, but there wasn't even a return, so we'll have to see what the penalty was. Here we go. The referees are going to call a holding penalty on the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. So the Monarchs are going to get 10 extra yards now.
So the Monarchs have decent field position to start this drive. Just under 4 minutes to get it going. The momentum here will really rely on who is successful in this drive, the Monarch offense or the Thunderbirds defense.
So they're going to take it over from 35 rather than the 25 thanks to the 10-yard penalty. DeToro will be in shotgun with trips to his right. with 3:48 left to go in the first half, and his pass to Jack Kalina is going to be complete on the screen. Kalina going to get a short gain until he's brought down. So here we go on 2nd and 7. He's going to hand it off to Sean Van Briesen, who's going to take it to the outside, and he'll get another short gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Monarchs.
It's 3rd down and 2 for the Monarchs. Toro in shotgun.
So here we go on 3rd and 2. Toro, he's going to go to Sean Van Briesen there for the handoff, and Van Briesen going to take it to the opponent's side of the 50 for a Monarch first down.
So Kyle, Sean Van Briesen have a pretty decent night so far. We've seen him break away on quite a few runs tonight. He's got that touchdown pass.
And with that run, Van Briesen's going to get over the century mark for yards today. Van Briesen, this is his 3rd game where he's had over 100 yards, and there's Reed Mathias, who's going to get another first down. Great pass by Alex DeToro, perfectly accurate. I mean, he had to throw it in there to a tight double-team coverage. Mathias, taller than the 2 defenders, reached up there, got the first down. The Monarchs are going to be at the 21-yard line.
That was a great job from both DeToro and Reed Mathias, showing great hands on that play, getting the first down and into the red zone for the Monarchs.
That was Mathias's first grab of the game. DeToro now, he's going to hand the ball to Sean Van Briesen, who's going to get a short gain. Van Briesen now, this is his 3rd game where he's having over 100 yards so far this year. It's only the 5th game of the year. So he's in for a great senior season. So here we go on a short gain. It's going to be 2nd down, and that is intended for Reed Mathias. That's going to go out of bounds. Reed Mathias has been targeted 3 times today, where he's caught 1. Here we go on 3rd and 6. This wide receiving core for the Monarchs has always been very talented. This year they've got guys who can catch the ball, who can run with the ball, which makes for a dangerous offense. And Van Briesen going to go up the middle, and he will be stuffed. Too many purple jerseys around. And a little bit of physical activity after the play there. But they're going to kick a field goal, it looks like, and here comes that field goal unit.
Kyle, I think this is a good choice for the Monarchs, bringing out that field goal team. Although the wind is going to make it pretty difficult for them to convert or to get 3 points on the board.
Yes, I was going to say they are kicking against the wind, which makes up for a difficult kick for Gage Romans, but we'll see what he can do here as Mathias is in to hold the ball. And Romans' kick is not good. They're going to call it outside. It was really high. You couldn't tell from back here, but it's going to go a little bit left.
Yeah, Kyle, that was a tough kick. Romans had the distance. Just that wind took it a little too far to the left. So that will give the ball to the Thunderbirds with 1.5 minutes left in the first half.
Gage Romans could not get it on the 33-yard attempt, so that's going to bring in on the 20, Bellevue West. And here we go with Brazil. He's going to find number 2. That'll be Malik Hulakueski, and it looks like the Monarchs might have recovered a fumble.
Yeah, Kyle, there's no doubt that the ball left before.
It'll be a Monarch ball.
Wow, so a quick conversion there.
So after the missed field goal,
Kyle, Monarchs get another chance now.
They miss a field goal, and they get the ball back on the very next play. So here we go on 1st and 10 on the 30 for the Monarchs. DeToro's going to step back. DeToro's going to have to roll out. He's pressured. His ball is going to be thrown, and that's going to be caught by number 2, Jack Kalina.
Nice job by DeToro avoiding that pressure and continuing to get a successful pass play. And then Jack Kalina gets out of bounds to stop that clock.
Actually, the refs are going to call that incomplete.
Oh.
Decalana just didn't have possession as he went out of bounds. Second and 10 now. DeToro, low snap. And DeToro is going to throw the ball up. That's going to be overthrown, intended for number 15, Reed Mathias. DeToro really likes throwing to Mathias, as he's thrown to him 4 times today. But it seems like every time he throws, he overthrows him just a little bit. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Ball on the 30. DeToro in shotgun. He's got trips to his left. DeToro's going to step back. Plenty of time as he'll roll out, and he finds Jalen Allison just short of the first down marker. That's going to bring up 4th and short.
Well, Kyle, the clock is winding down at 45 seconds now left in the half. Monarchs. Looks like they're going to take a timeout.
Coach Govier is going to take a timeout, talk it over with his team. And we'll see on 4th and short if the Monarchs will elect to go for a field goal. From here, it'll be a 39-yard field goal attempt. Last time out, Gage Romans attempted a 33. It was long enough, but missed just to the left.
Yeah, Kyle, to adjust for that wind at this distance would be very tough for Gage Romans. The Monarchs may have to have faith in that offensive team.
So Coach Govier talking to his offense there, and it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. Coach Govier has been on the coaching staff for 11 years. He's been the head coach for 6 of those 11 years. And he's had quite the impressive run as head coach. 2 years ago, they got all the way to the semifinals of the state tournament until they lost to Lincoln Southeast. Last year, they lost in the first round to Millard South, and Millard South ended up getting 2nd in state last year.
A great team last year, and so the Monarchs continuing to have fairly successful seasons under Govier.
So DeToro is going to roll out to his left, and he's going to find Jalen Allison for the first down. Jalen Allison gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. So first and ball on the 10, so 1st and goal. DeToro staying composed on 4th down on that last play, and his trip's to his right now. DeToro's going to roll out to the right. No one open. DeToro is going to throw it, and it's caught by number 3, Lucas Hostetler. And that is DeToro's 12th touchdown pass on the season. 2nd of the game. DeToro leading this offense to a lead right before halftime.
Well, Kyle, that's 2 perfect passes in a row from DeToro, and 2 very successful plays, one of them being a touchdown.
That was Lucas Hostetler's 5th touchdown on the year. That has been the #1 receiver for the Monarchs this year. And he catches his 5th. Great job. And here comes Gage Romans for the extra point to make this a 7-point game. And he will. So 21-14 with 25 seconds left. The Monarchs have a late lead here in the 2nd quarter.
So Kyle, Monarchs looking to take that lead going into halftime. They've got a lot of momentum here. If they continue it, they'll have it in the second half of the game.
But the half's not over, and we've seen C.J. Johnson return 1 kick all the way to the opponent's side of the 30. So they're going to have to contain him as the Bellevue West Thunderbirds are going to look to tie this game before the half is over. They still have all 3 of their timeouts with 25 seconds left to go. Monarchs have been very successful coming into this game as they've played offensively and defensively very strong.
I agree, Kyle, and I think it's a lot to do with the mentality they brought with them tonight, playing a very tough team. You know, they come out here and they really, you see the guys are getting pumped up before the game, and during the game they're watching, they're staying focused, they're doing a great job of that.
They're forcing turnovers and playing well. That's going to be a squib kick, and that is not going to go to C.J. Johnson. Instead, that's going to go to 11, Hunter Gage. So good job by Bosilovic to just squib it keep it out of the hands of C.J. Johnson.
That was a smart play because he's going against the wind as well. So nice job there by Silovic.
So here we go on 1st and 10 with 18 seconds left to go. We'll see if they just decide to run the ball, run the clock down, or if they're going to throw it and hope to tie it before the half is over. And Brazil steps back to pass. He's going to roll out, and Brazil, under pressure, is going to throw the ball out of bounds. And the clock is going to stop at about 9 seconds. There's a penalty on the play. Looks like the refs might have called that intentional grounding on Brazil. Not the best call. He was out of the pocket. So usually when you're out of the pocket, that does not count for intentional grounding. Kind of a controversial call by the refs there. It's going to bring up 10 seconds left to go. Brazil is just going to hand the ball off to Mike Gilbert. Gilbert going to get up the middle. 1st down.
Strong run from Gilbert.
And the half is over, Sean.
So, Kyle, Monarchs up by 1 touchdown now going into the second half. That's quite a bit of momentum, especially going against a team like the Bellevue West Thunderbirds.
So it's a 7-point game. Monarchs, the underdogs, coming in, and they have the momentum going into the locker room. Let's look at this play. Hey, this is DeToro earlier. Under pressure, he broke a few tackles, got around, made up some yards, made something out of nothing. And here was that controversial play. DeToro's snap was way over his head. He couldn't quite get possession. Bellevue West got the turnover there.
And there we thought Alex Toro may have hurt his arm. Probably just a stinger, that play.
And there's that play yet again. DeToro. Ball goes over his head. Bellevue West recovers on a bad snap. And he hurt his arm, but he came back in. And Brazil, this was his pass that was intercepted by Jack Kalina, which turned into a scoring drive for the Monarchs.
As you said, it's only his 2nd interception this whole season so far.
And that was that big play by Sean Van Briesen up the middle. And here is that excellent pass by DeToro to Jack Kalina. And we'll show you the C.J. Johnson return. You can see here, on great returns like this, you have to have good blocking. And look at that blocking by Bellevue West. I mean, there's not a white jersey around. And C.J. Johnson, you know, it looked like he didn't have anyone to beat until he was brought down at the 33 by number 5, Nate Lechtenberg, and number 11, Mitch Praney. DeToro's screen pass to Sean Van Briesen here has set up for DeToro's first passing touchdown of the game. And they gave the Monarchs their first lead of the game as well. There's C.J. Johnson's kick return yet again. That was midway through the second quarter. C.J. Johnson caught his 2nd touchdown of the game there. That tied it up at 14. Here's one of those big runs Van Briesen had. Seems like every time he gets the ball, it looks like he could break it for a touchdown.
Yeah, Kyle, I think one of these times, you know, he might get to the end zone on one of those breakaway runs.
So this was that fumble that turned into a Monarch scoring drive before the half ended. That was DeToro's pass to Hostetler. That was Hostetler's only reception of the first half.
Yeah, great catch there for the touchdown.
Gridiron football. As the Monarchs are up by 7 points. Sean, it was an eventful first half. A couple
Absolutely.
turnovers for each team. And, you know, offensively, each team was pretty sound. The pass game was the biggest, you know, decider of the lead. Bellevue West, 2 passing touchdowns. Papillion La Vista, 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. So far, Papillion La Vista has the edge with a 7-point lead. Bellevue West is going to stick in there, though. I mean, they are 4-0, and they found 4 ways to win. They're going to find maybe another one to win, but the Monarchs have got to keep this lead.
That's true, Kyle. If they want to, you know, they have this momentum going into the second half, and they really need to hold on to that if they want to have a victory tonight, which we know they do. But the Thunderbirds as well, looking to keep that that winning streak that they've had so far in this successful season. And I mean, the Monarchs looking to take that away from them.
Well, the Monarchs this year, they lost their season opener. That was the first time they'd lost a season opener since 2008, Sean. So they were off to a bad start, but since then they've won 3 straight. Bellevue West, they're off to a 4-0 start. Their first time since 2010 for a 4-0 start for Bellevue West. Each team has had a storied season, but it doesn't matter what your record is going into this game. It matters what your record stands after the game's over. Who wins this game? Here we are in Bellevue.
That's true, Kyle, and it's anyone's game so far. Both teams, as you said, performing impressively. And I mean, that last drive from the Monarchs came after that turnover on that fumble from the Thunderbirds. So, it's plays like that that make the difference in this game.
Right you are. So about a minute to go until halftime's over, and we're going to get back to the action. Monarchs looking to keep the lead, and Bellevue West looking to come back. Sean? So far, Sean, DeToro thrown 2 touchdowns. He's ran a touchdown. He's definitely been the star of the offense, but can't go without mentioning Sean Van Briesen. He's ran for over 100 yards. Hasn't got a touchdown yet, but he's broken a few that look like they could have been.
Yeah, Kyle, he's had several runs tonight where he gets out into the middle of the field. He's only got a couple of guys to beat, and he does eventually get tackled. But like you said, very successful night so far. Him along with DeToro, and also Reed Mathias had a couple catches so far tonight that really brought the Monarchs along, and of course Lucas Hostetler on that touchdown.
Both teams have been pretty successful on third down. The Monarchs struggled in the first quarter on third down, but in the second quarter, Monarchs really turned over, and third down they just were unstoppable. And then in the first quarter, of course, we saw right away 4 for 4 third down conversions for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. And then after that, in the second quarter, they started dying down, so the roles flip-flopped for the 2 teams.
Yeah, Kyle, and we've continued to see the Thunderbirds attempt those fourth down plays, keep their offense out on the field, and there has been one successful conversion for the Thunderbirds with a touchdown to C.J. Johnson, who of course has had a fantastic game with his many receptions, 2 touchdown catches, and an excellent return on that kickoff.
So here we go, and it looks like the refs are back on the field. Bellevue West will kick the ball as they received in the first half. And you see the bottom of your screen there, the cars driving by. They are rented from Horpscheit Henry Pro for that Bellevue West homecoming court announcement during halftime. Just waiting for the refs to go. Both teams are ready for the kickoff. And it looks like there might be some confusion. The second half is being delayed.
Battery's sitting right there on the edge of the table.
So we're still waiting for the second half to start there, Sean. And oh, there's a band player who looks like he's being taken out on a stretcher there, Sean. That was the delay. So here we go. After one of the players is being taken out on a stretcher, not quite sure what the injury or what the illness or anything is, but maybe a faint or a pass out. I'm not quite sure. Some confusion there. But here we go now. Bellevue West ready to kick the ball off to Van Briesen and Matheson. And here comes the kickoff, and the second half has officially started here in Bellevue, Nebraska. It's going to sail out of bounds for a touchback, and the Monarchs will take over at their own 25-yard line.
So it's a nice kick going with the wind as we start off the second half.
So 24 minutes left of high school football here today, as the Monarchs are up 21-14, and they'll take the ball over at the 20-yard line.
So Kyle, this is going to be an important drive for the Monarchs here, up by 7 points already, and now they're looking to increase that lead.
So DeToro leading this offense out. He's in shotgun, and he's going to hand the ball off to Sean Van Briesen, who's going to take it to the outside, and he's going to get stuffed. Maybe about a foot, but nothing else, as Bellevue West was all over that.
Yeah, Kyle, looks like Van Briesen really had nowhere to go from where he came.
So here we go, and no running back. He's got a 5-wide set, and he's going to throw it out to Jack Kalina on the screen. Kalina going to take it to the outside, and Kalina going to get a few yards until he's brought down for a third down now.
Yeah, Kalina there had a couple of nice blocks, but couldn't really get that play to break away from the defense.
He got about 2 yards, and now it's about 3rd and 9.5 for the Monarchs to go. Ball on the 20.5-yard line. DeToro, bad snap. He recovers. He's going to roll out, make one guy miss, make 2 guys miss, and DeToro's going to be brought down after about a 5-yard gain, and it looks like the punting unit is going to come on to give the ball to Bellevue West.
Well, Kyle, that's a tough way to start the second half for the Monarchs, especially with that poor snap there on that last play.
The wind has died down here in the second half. It was pretty strong in the first half, and now it's just a slight breeze, which will make this punt an easier punt for Van Briesen as he's going against that slight breeze. And Van Briesen to punt. That's a high punt and far. Good punt. And the Monarchs are going to recover it. That was number 52, Travis Good. Bellevue West will take over on their opponent's side of the 50.
All right, Kyle, so the first drive for the Monarchs goes 3 and out. And now the Thunderbirds with a chance to tie this game up. They're going to have decent field position. And I'm sure they are looking to add another score to this game.
Holding on Bellevue West is what the call is going to be on the penalty there. And, you know, that's one of those boneheaded moves, Sean. They had a kickoff earlier that wasn't returned, and there was a holding penalty. Well, you know, and there's no return, there's no reason to even grab a jersey. So, boneheaded move, that's going to send Bellevue West 10 yards back, and they won't be on the opponent's side of the 50 now, thanks to the penalty for Brazil and company. Brazil is going to hand the ball to Mike Gilbert, who's going to get a minimal gain as he's brought down by the Monarchs. Sean, something to add? Both quarterbacks coming into this game were just short of a 1,000-yard mark on the season. Both quarterbacks now over 1,000 yards on the season. That's a terrific stat if you're a high school football player.
Absolutely, Kyle. That's great. I mean, only, what, 4.5 games into the season, that's over 1,000 yards. That's incredible.
Both quarterbacks, their numbers are very similar. And Brazil, he's going to find C.J. Johnson, his favorite receiver, and what a hit by David Newell. David Newell just got right under him and took out his legs. C.J. Johnson brought down, but not before the damage was done with a first down.
It was a great pass. And like you said, Newell, nice job there. He knows that he has to get low on C.J. Johnson to get that guy down.
You tackle him high, he's just going to outpower you. That's what he did. Both of his touchdowns so far today. So here we go, Brazil in pistol. And he'll hand the ball off to Mike Gilbert. Gilbert going to find a hole, and Gilbert up the middle. Good game. That was one of the better runs that he's had. This rush defense has been fairly decent for the Monarchs so far today, and that one is going to be just short of the first down marker for Gilbert.
Yeah, Kyle, they've been going to Gilbert consistently this whole night, and like you said, the defensive line has been holding strong, but the Thunderbirds still trying to get that running game going.
So second and short, Sean. They're at the 29-yard line. And Brazil's going to fake the handoff. He's going to get the first down and a little bit more as he's brought down. That was David Newell on the initial contact, and Josh Roberts brings him down. So coming in on defense, taking Josh Roberts out is Austin Cunningham, number 55. So here we go on 1st and 10 now on the 23. Brazil steps back to pass, and he's under pressure. He gets rid of it, and it's going to be incomplete. No one around. Defense got to him there. Sean, the offensive line just couldn't hold him.
It's a nice job by that defense. Ever since the second quarter started, we've seen the defense doing a great job of keeping the pressure on Brazil. And right there, it could have resulted in an interception had the defense been in that area.
Brazil has thrown an interception today. It was his second of the season, Sean, and it turned around the momentum for the Monarchs. And here we go. He's sending a man in motion. Brazil is going to throw. That's number 2, Malik Kulowetsky. And that's going to be a first down for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds in the red zone now.
And it looks like he'll be marked just short of the first down, actually. So that's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Thunderbirds. He sends a man in motion. Brazil hands it to Mike Gilbert, and the defense might have stopped him just short of the first down. We'll see what the refs call with the ball placement. So here we go on 4th and short, Sean. And he's got a full house set. Looks like they could be running the ball. And he'll find C.J. Johnson for a first down. Thanks to forward progress, he will have a first down, and that sets up another first down for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds, and it'll be on the 11. So here they are inside the 15, Sean. They've been pretty good on 4th down today. They're 2 for 4 on 4th down. And Brazil, he's got a wide open Kulacheweki who's comes up and gets hit in the air by number 5, Nate Lechtenberg. So Kulacheweki not going anywhere, so he gets about a yard, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 to go.
Monarchs should really watch out for C.J. Johnson here in the red zone.
C.J. Johnson has been on fire in the red zone today, and there's movement on the line. Movement by both teams, but we'll see. It's going to be false start on the offense. They're going to go back 5 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 now. Thanks to the false start. That was the 2nd false start call for the Thunderbirds today. Getting happy feet on that line. 2nd and 15. Brazil's pass intended for number 3, Brennan Casillo, but it looks like there's going to be a defensive pass interference penalty on the play.
Yeah, it looks like Nick Lechtenberg pretty much tackled Casillo at the end of that play as the ball was in the air, so they're going to have to throw a flag on that one.
And that's an obvious pass interference. Good call by the referee there. And you can't make contact with your opponent until the ball has been touched. I mean, that was just a boneheaded maneuver there, and that's going to set up, you know, penalty after penalty so far.
Yeah, so now the Thunderbirds threatening to score. They've got a whole set of downs to work with.
This is the third second down in a row. False start and then pass interference, so 2nd and 8 to go. The 7-yard penalty, and Brazil hands it to Mike Gilbert, who at first looked like he wasn't gonna get anywhere, and he finally got up there. It looks like he'll be just short of the first down. That's gonna bring up 3rd and short, Sean. Third and 6 now. Brazil in the pistol, Sean. He's got 4 receivers. He's going to send a man in motion. And Brazil is going to go up the middle himself. And he's right by the line. We'll see what they call. It'll be 4th and 4. Last time on this drive they had 4th down. They went for it and got it. This time we'll see what they do. 4th and 4, they pretty much need a touchdown.
Yeah, Kyle, they really got to get into that end zone.
Here we go, Brazil in the pistol. He's going to step back. Brazil firing to the end zone. It's incomplete, intended for C.J. Johnson, and the offense for the Monarchs is going to get the ball back.
Well, Kyle, that's a very impressive play. It looks like Jalen Allison right there defending C.J. Johnson, who's a big guy, but he gets in there, blocks the pass without interfering with C.J. Johnson.
Great job by the Monarch defense there. As soon as C.J. Johnson had the ball in his hands, he was hit hard, and it spit the ball right out.
So, Monarchs with the ball on their own 5-yard line. 1st and 10, their 2nd drive of this half.
Here we go on 1st and 10 for the Monarchs. They're in a dangerous territory. And there's going to be some movement. False start on the offense. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty, Sean. Now they're on the 1.
Yeah, Kyle, now they're deep in their own territory.
Very dangerous, as in the shotgun, DeToro is in the end zone. This is the kind of territory that could give the opposing team 2 points. He'll hand the ball to Sean Van Briesen, who gets up the middle. And Van Briesen taking him from dangerous territory to the 19-yard line for a 1st down.
Yeah, Kyle, that's a great job from Van Briesen. Yeah, Kyle, right there, that run play, the line does a great job of getting that hole open for Sean Van Briesen, getting them out of that dangerous spot.
Great job blocking by the offensive line, getting that hole for Van Briesen. And now here we go on 1st and 10 again. And fakes a handoff to Van Briesen. Ooh, late hit is what they might be calling there. That was number 40 on the reception, Kevin Long, his 1st grab of the game. Got hit so hard his shoe fell off.
Well, Kyle, he gets it back on now. I mean, that's going to be exciting getting into the game right there, getting a nice pass. Let's see what that flag is.
Let's see what the referee's official call is. Helmet-to-helmet contact on Bellevue West. You know, in the last couple years in the NFL, in the NCAA, and in high school football, helmet-to-helmet has been something that has been stressed that you just can't do. And there's been fines in the NFL, suspensions in college football. Helmet-to-helmet, they really stress that, you know, don't hit helmet-to-helmet. It causes for concussions. It's dangerous, and, you know, that's going to bring up a big penalty for a 1st down for the Monarchs, and they're going to call this play dead.
Looks like when DeToro grabbed that snap, his knee hit the ground. So that's what will cause an end to that play.
That's going to be a 4-yard loss for the Monarchs. Bring up 2nd and 14. Another low snap. DeToro's snaps that he's gotten today have not been the greatest. So here we go now on 2nd and 14. DeToro hands the ball to Sean Van Briesen. And Van Briesen's going to get stuffed, and he's going to fumble the ball. And it's picked up by Bellevue West, and they got the ball back in great field position. Ball just popped right out of there, Sean.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, Van Briesen gets wrapped up, and then that second defender comes in and hits the ball out of his hands. Nice awareness from Bellevue West.
Turnovers after turnovers. Both teams have been making those mistakes. Bellevue West has fumbled the ball a few times. They've thrown an interception. The Monarchs have fumbled the ball a few times. So here we go now. Bellevue West taking over Brazil. First down, he'll pass the ball. And that'll be to number 4, Cole Patterson.
He had some room to run after that screen. Nice blocks ahead of him.
And that'll bring up 2nd down for Cole Patterson. About 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. And keep an eye on C.J. Johnson. He's out on the sideline, by the sideline there. And Brazil's going to hand the ball to Cole Patterson, who runs and guns for about a 4-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
About 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter as the Thunderbirds continue their drive down the field.
So he's got trips to his right. Here on 3rd down. C.J. Johnson, 15 on the bottom of your screen there. But there's Kulicheweki, and he's going to get the first down. Thunderbirds have another first down, 1st and 10 on the 19. They're inside the red zone. Last time they were in the red zone, they gave the ball to the Monarchs when they couldn't make it on 4th down. They're now 2 for 5 on 1st down so far today. And Brazil's pass, he's going to take it himself and run. And there's going to be a penalty after the play.
Kyle, looks like Tyler Cook lost his helmet on that last play.
So, penalty. Going to be on the Monarchs, and they're going to move the ball towards the end zone. They're going to be inside the 10 now. Great field position for the Thunderbirds. Now they're inside the 10. They've been dangerous here. And Brad Brazil in the pistol. He's going to step back. Going to roll out to his left. And Brazil with a little toss to C.J. Johnson. That's the 3rd time in this game that those two have connected for a touchdown, and the 1st time in this half. I mean, it seems like every time C.J. Johnson gets the ball, something good happens.
That's true, Kyle. And right there, Brazil, he was in trouble getting pressure from that Monarch defensive line. Sees Johnson, tosses him a little shuffle pass, and Johnson finds his way into the end zone.
Wow, great job to convert him. What looked like he could have been sacked there, and just kind of ticks the ball in there. So Chris Hahn coming in for the extra point, and that'll be good. It's going to tie the game up at 21 with 3:42 in the 3rd quarter, Sean.
So, Kyle, once again, the game is tied. It's been tied at 7. It's been tied at 14, and now tied at 21 points. About 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
It's been back and forth action offensively and defensively for both teams so far today. And that Monarch offense couldn't quite get it going on our last drive. We'll see what they can do now that they get the ball again.
Yeah, and I mean, that fumble from Sean Van Briesen is really what hurt them last time. So they have to really avoid those turnovers when they're on offense.
Back to receive will be Sean Van Briesen and Cal Matheson. And here comes Bellevue West to kick the ball off. That was the first score of the 2nd half. here we go with the Monarchs.
Oh,
That's going to be an onside kick. And there's going to be a few penalties. Yep, that could have been a late hit. We'll see what the official ruling is.
Kyle, interesting call here.
So personal foul on Bellevue West. It's going to be personal fouls. Those are 15-yard penalties, Sean. Not only do they receive the onside kick, but they get 15 extra yards out of it.
Yeah, Kyle, I don't know about that call for the onside kick. It definitely caught some of the Monarchs off guard, but of course they fall onto the ball. And now they, like you said, 15 extra yards from that penalty.
So the Monarchs get to start this drive in great field position on the opponent's side of the 50. In fact, they got it right inside the 40. So here we go on 1st and 10 on the 37 for DeToro and company. And they're sending the blitz as Van Briesen gets up the middle. He's been quite the workhorse for the Monarchs so far today.
I agree, Kyle. He's had multiple runs just like that, where he gets up the middle, he gets through that hole, and he follows his blockers.
Bellevue West has been sending a lot of blitz packages so far today, and they've pressured the quarterback many times. That defense not sending the blitz here, but DeToro fakes the handoff to Van Briesen, takes it himself. DeToro is going to take it to the outside. DeToro gets all the way down inside the 5, and here the Monarchs are back inside the red zone. Great run by Alec DeToro there.
Yeah, Kyle, once again, DeToro shows that he has such great vision down the field that he can pretty much see where defenders are going to be moving to and avoid those places.
You know, coming into this game, DeToro, he is averaging about 8 yards a game, and he has 3 rushing touchdowns coming into this game. Picked up his 4th today, and couldn't quite communicate there as Van Briesen loses the ball, but it is picked up by number 69, Austin Fordyce, big left tackle. So the Monarchs will keep possession after the fumble. 2nd and 3. Last time the Monarchs were in the red zone, DeToro connected with Lucas Hosteller, number 3. You'll see at the left side of your screen there. That was their only connection so far today, so be expecting a pass here as he's got a 5-wide set. DeToro, another low snap. He's going to take it himself, and he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, if anything.
Well, Kyle, these snaps continue to mess things up for DeToro every once in a while. And right there, he had to try and make something out of nothing, but the defense from the Thunderbirds was excellent on that play.
So 3rd and 3 now. The Monarchs can smell the end zone. Here we go, DeToro. He'll have 4 wides, trip to his left. And he's going to roll out to his left. And DeToro is pressured, and he's going to take it himself. Got hit pretty hard. And he'll be just short of the end zone as he gets tattooed on that play.
Yeah, Kyle, that last hit is what kept DeToro from getting into the end zone. That was a nice hit. And I mean, DeToro, being a running quarterback, he knows he's going to have to deal with getting hard hits like that.
So here comes a field goal unit to try to get 3 points. And so far, Gage Romans this year, he's 1 for 3. Missed 1 from 33 earlier. His long of 27. So this is just a chip shot as it'll be good by Gage Romans. That was a 21-yard field goal attempt. He's now 2 for 4 on field goals this year. Gage Romans makes this game 24-21, the first field goal we've seen today.
Yep, Kyle, and so the Monarchs up by 3 points now. Just over a minute left in the 3rd quarter.
Right you are, 1:05 left, and the Monarchs now talking it over. That was a good drive as they got down inside the 5 there, but they couldn't quite get into the end zone as Bellevue West defense really stuck to the run there, and Monarchs shouldn't move the ball.
And Kyle, I think it really started off with that onside kick from the Thunderbirds, and then not only did the Monarchs get the ball, they also got that personal foul that gave them 15 yards.
So here we go. Monarchs are going to kick it from the 35. Back to receive is C.J. Johnson. and number 11, Hunter Gage. And the ball is going to go to C.J. Johnson. Last time he returned, he had a big return this time. He's going to take it to the sideline. And C.J. Johnson finding a burst of speed. C.J. Johnson, no one to beat, and he gets pushed out of bounds. Another big return for C.J. Johnson.
Yeah, Kyle, once again, he gets to that sideline. He gets his blocks, and the Monarchs really have a lot of difficulty dealing with that speed from C.J. Johnson.
Great job by C.J. Johnson there. I mean, that's twice now that he's broken one for a big one, but couldn't quite get it. First and 10, ball on the 50-yard line for Brazil and company. He's got a forward set and trips to his right as he'll step back. And he's looking long. That ball's going to be incomplete. That was intended for none other than C.J. Johnson.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, that pass was thrown. There's about 5 Monarchs in that area and 1 Thunderbird. It's a tough play to make.
So it'll be second and 10, ball on the 50. And Monarchs defense looking like they're thinking pass, and they'd be right. And Brazil under pressure. That's going to be another incomplete pass, and someone lost their helmet. That was number 77, Tyler Courage, who lost his helmet there.
Sit out that next play. But Kyle, nice job from the Monarch defense sending that blitz, getting pressure on Brazil. Once again, making it difficult for him to complete a pass.
So it'll be third and 10 now. They could surprise the defense with a run here as the defense is thinking pass. They've got a 3-rush set. And Brazil is looking long. That ball is way long, no one around.
Yeah, Kyle, I'd like to think that the wind maybe got a hold of that ball and sent it pretty far because there really were no receivers sitting in that area.
Could have been confusion on the routes there, but anyway, looks like the punting unit may come on. This is the first time we'll see Bellevue West punt the ball so far today. Jacqueline and Reed Mathias back to return. And it will be a punt. Booming punt. High and far. They're going to let that bounce into the end zone. Wow. Really good punt. That's going to be a touchback. Taking the ball to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Kyle, nice boot there from Thunderbirds. Didn't really bounce for them, so the Monarchs do start off on the 20-yard line.
With 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter, it's 24-21. Monarchs ahead by 3. But with still 12 and a half minutes left to go, anything can happen. Van Briesen up the middle. He'll be brought down after a short gain.
So Van Briesen fighting once again for yards. That's something we see from Van Briesen every play.
This just in, Papillion South playing Omaha North tonight at Foundation Field. They are down 26-10 at the end of the third quarter. Not defending their home turf as they're down by 16 at the end of the third quarter. But at the end of the third quarter here in Bellevue, Nebraska, it's 24-21. The Monarchs ahead by 3. $12 minutes left to go. One team looking to keep a lead. The other team wanting to defend their home turf and not lose here in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, Kyle, so far these first 3 quarters have been just a fantastic game between 2 very good teams. Monarchs, as you said before, the underdogs tonight, up by 3. And this last quarter is going to be very interesting.
So here we go, and we're going to switch sides of the field as the Monarchs will have the ball on 2nd and 7, ball on the 23-yard line. got to imagine that they're just going to want to run down the clock here and try to waste as much time as possible.
Yeah, Kyle, if they keep giving the ball to Sean Van Briesen, he gets yards, and Alec DeToro himself can take it. A lot of options for the Monarchs here.
And DeToro's pass is going to go out to Van Briesen. He'll get a few yards, if anything, as he's brought down. And will be third and about 5 to go. So here we go, DeToro. No back, says he's got 5 wide set. Alec DeToro gonna drop back. And he's going long, looking long for Lucas Hosteller. And Hosteller trying to get a pass interference call, but that's just gonna be incomplete. Monarchs are gonna have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, Kyle, DeToro had Hosteller on the run right there. Hosteller with that catch would have most likely gone for 6 points.
So here we go, Van Briesen into punt. Johnson back to return. C.J. Johnson dangerous on these returns so far, and Van Briesen, high booming punt. Johnson's going to get it. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to go nowhere as he's brought down, and the ball might have been stripped. It looks like he still has possession.
Kyle, nice job there on the punt coverage for the Monarchs.
David Newell on the play there. He's been in a couple times on plays, and he's done a good job playing cornerback there on the outside. 11-11 left in the fourth quarter. There's got to be some sense of urgency, as they don't have the luxury of wasting drives anymore. The Thunderbirds are going to step back, and Brazil's pass to C.J. Johnson is complete. Johnson going to get it to the outside, as he'll get about an 8-yard gain until he's pushed out of bounds.
So, Kyle, I think we're going to see a lot of passes going to Johnson here in this fourth quarter. Thunderbirds know that they need to get ahead, and they need to do it quickly. As you said, cannot waste any drives, which means they can't waste any plays. So I'd be looking to Johnson if I were that Monarch defense.
So 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard gain, and C.J. Johnson, he is the hot guy right now. They're going to be looking to him, but there's a run up the middle by number 34, Mike Gilbert. And that is a first down for the Thunderbirds with 11 minutes left to go in the game. Here we go, as Brazil's got trips to his left. Johnson, the lone receiver, on his right. And this pass is going to go out to Kulicheweki, and it looks like the ball was thrown forward, so that will be an incomplete pass rather than a fumble. If the ball would have been thrown backwards, it would be a Monarch ball right now.
Yeah, Callan, nice job by Nick Lichtenberg, a couple other guys getting down there ready to field that ball if need be.
Both teams have been trying to utilize the screen play, and it hasn't been, that big of a advantage to either team so far today.
Yeah, we have not seen a whole lot of huge plays from the screen.
And Brazil is going long to C.J. Johnson, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Number 10 on the defense, Gabe Kendall, on the coverage there. Good job by Gabe Kendall to make sure the ball cannot be completed to C.J. Johnson, who, by the way, C.J. Johnson been on fire today. 3 touchdowns.
Absolutely. And Kyle, that's not a bad call from the Thunderbirds. I mean, going for that long touchdown pass to C.J. Johnson, didn't complete it, but it was still a nice call.
Trips to his left on 3rd and 10. Sean, here we go, as Brazil's going to step back. He's looking to his left, and he's going to find Kulicheweki for a first down. We keep talking about how C.J. Johnson's doing a great job. You can't deny Kulicheweki's been on a few plays there too.
Absolutely, that's a great catch for that first down. I mean, anytime the Thunderbirds get a first down, it's usually a pass to one of those 2 guys.
Trips to his right this time. Kulicheweki, the lone receiver, on his left. He'll step back, and he's going to find C.J. No, he will not find C.J. Johnson, as it sails right over Johnson's head.
Well, that's interesting, Kyle. We haven't seen a whole lot of screen passes that result in overthrows from Brazil.
First half, Brazil was very accurate. Second half, he's been a little rocky. The defense is getting to him, and as long as he stays composed, he can control this offense and get him down to score with 10:21 left in the fourth quarter. Brazil in shotgun, and there's some movement. And here we go with another false start. And this is going to be a 5-yard penalty. That's going to bring up second and long, excuse me. That was the third time that Bellevue West had been called for a false start. Just got to mentally stay composed if you want to come back in this game. And Brazil under pressure early as he finds Kulicheweki, who gets a few yards, and there's going to be a penalty after the play.
Kyle, that might be on the Monarchs.
The ref's talking it over with the Monarchs coaching staff to see what the penalty was. That penalty looks like it'll be on Bellevue West. Block in the back was the call. So a clipping call, another boneheaded maneuver by Bellevue West. When you're down this late in the game, you can't afford to make plays like that. You have to be in the game 100% mentally, physically, emotionally. 10 minutes to go, you're defending your home turf, and it's time to just think about the game.
Absolutely, Kyle. Mistakes like that is what changes the scoreboard, and the Thunderbirds really hoping to score on this drive.
So there you see Coach Govier talking it with his defense there, telling them to stay composed, keep playing tough. We got a 3-point lead. Coach Govier just saying, let's keep that 3-point lead. Bellevue West offense has been pretty dangerous so far today, and they've had their ups and downs, a few turnovers, but when they're not turning the ball over, not making penalties, they're scoring. When you limit mistakes, you win games. I mean, that's just it. The team that makes less mistakes will win the game 99% of the time. So Brazil with trips to his right. It'll be 2nd and 21 now. And Brazil under pressure. He gets out of it. Rolling to his right, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for number 11, Hunter Gage.
So, Kyle, it's nice pressure from the defense of the Monarchs, forcing Brazil once again to make a poor decision or a poor pass.
So it'll be 3rd and a mile. 21 yards to go to the first down marker. And 10 minutes left to go in the game. So here we go now, 3rd and 21. Let's see what they do on this play as Brazil is in pistol.
And that play is blown dead.
And it looks like Tyler Koch's helmet got stuck in the offensive line's helmet. And there was a timeout called by Bellevue West. That was number 77, Tyler Curie, who's got Tyler Koch's helmet stuck in his helmet. Not something you see every day.
No, not really. Luckily, it wasn't too difficult to get him unhooked.
So here we go. It'll be 3rd and 21. So here we go. That'll be Bellevue West's first time out of the half, and they have 2 left. Monarch fans getting on their feet, trying to add some loud pressure. So loud in here, our cameras are shaking, Sean.
Yeah, Kyle, a lot of fans here to watch this very intense game.
And Brazil stepping back, and he gets hit as he throws. Ball goes forward, They're going to call it a fumble, though. That's going to be Monarch ball. Great defense there. And the Monarchs take over. They're up by 3 with 9:51 left. And after the fumble, they'll have the ball back.
Okay, what an amazing play from the defense right there. Brazil, he was definitely in trouble. And that ball, you know, that fumble, Monarchs continue to do a great job of having awareness and going after that ball.
On those last couple plays, the Monarch defense really stepped up when they needed to. They were playing tough, playing hard, and now they give the offense their ball back. 4 wide set for DeToro. As he's going to take it himself and run up the middle. DeToro finally gets brought down, and looks like there could have been a face mask call, but the refs didn't see it. DeToro was brought down by his face mask, it looks like there.
Yeah, Colin, that's another great run from Alec DeToro. Doing a great job of weaving in between defenders, showing off that speed.
And again, he's just proving that dual threat quarterbacks are the hardest quarterbacks to defend. When you can throw the ball and run the ball as well as he can, makes for a tough defensive day. And DeToro now hands the ball to Sean Van Briesen, who gets up the middle. And Van Briesen, another first down for the Monarchs. And so far, Van Briesen has torn apart this defense limb by limb. It's been a great day for Sean Van Briesen so far. So here we go on another first 10, and they're inside the red zone here, Sean. Van Briesen gets the handoff again, and Van Briesen is going to take it into the end zone for his first running score of the day. He's got a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown, and the Monarchs are now going to be up.
Well, Kyle, that's a great job from Sean Van Briesen. I mean, we've seen plenty of those runs today where he broke away out into the middle of that field, but this time they were in the red zone, and that one results in a touchdown.
Van Briesen's been working so hard today, and he just wanted a rushing touchdown that time. He finally got it. And with this extra point by Gage, Monarchs could be up by 10 points. And Gage Romans, his extra point attempt is good. The Monarchs up by 10 with 9:10 left to go in the game, Sean. Monarchs could be coming away with a upset here at Bellevue West.
Well, looks like it right now. Let's see what Brazil was doing on this last play here. Yep, hit as he threw it. And that was called a fumble by the referees. Monarchs do a great job.
In some cases, it looked like that could have been a forward pass, which would be incomplete. However, the refs do call it fumble, and here is that Van Briesen scoring play from the 17-yard line. Gets tripped up, doesn't let that hurt him as he just takes it in for his first running touchdown of the game. He's got 2 touchdowns in the game, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. Van Briesen definitely so far gets my vote for player of the game.
I agree. He comes here tonight against a tough team, and he's played so hard tonight and done a great job. I agree.
And if the Monarchs can keep this 10-point lead, they will hand Bellevue West's first loss of the year. So here we go, as they will kick the ball off. And that is going to go way out of bounds. And it's good.
Nice kick there from Paselevic. That'll put the Thunderbirds at the 20-yard line.
And the reasoning for them kicking it so far up, as you see there was a penalty after the PAT that resulted and crossed over to the kickoff. And here we go now on the 20-yard line for Brazil. He's going to throw the ball to C.J. Johnson, who's been on fire so far today. Johnson to the sideline, gets more yards than he probably should have on that play.
Yeah, Kyle, when Johnson gets to that sideline, he's very dangerous. Monarchs, all they can really do is push him out.
So the Thunderbirds now first down. there on the 31. The chain gain moves and the time starts up again. And Brazil escaping a sack. He's going to run for it, and Brazil going to finally get brought down by number 36, Kyle Emmerich, on the play there.
So Kyle Brazil showing that he is also a dual threat quarterback. Nice run there, avoiding the sack, gets the first down for the Thunderbirds.
That's the second straight 11-yard gain by Bellevue West as they get another first down on that play, and the wind's starting to pick up yet again in this crazy Nebraska weather. So here we go, Brazil trips to his left, and his pass is completed as it's bobbled by Hunter Gage, number 11, on the play there for about a yard, if anything. So it'll be 2nd and 9, 8:20 left in the game. They're down by 2 scores. Brazil in shotgun. And Stephen Bowers all over him. Stephen Bowers and Tyler Koch come away with the sack. And it looked like Stephen Bowers might have gotten even in there untouched.
Yeah, Kyle, I don't know what happened there to the offensive line, but it looks like they just kind of caved in, and the Monarchs defensive line, especially their Tyler Koch and Stephen Bowers, as you said, nice job on the sack.
So a D-line change, Cunningham coming out as Josh Roberts comes into the game. They've been switching in and out all game. And that big defensive line is set. 3-man rush. 4-man rush as Cameron O'Connor's coming in on the outside. And that's going to be completed to Cole Patterson. They'll get a few yards. Came away with one there, but it's going to be 4th and long, Sean.
Yeah, Kyle, and as you mentioned, Cameron O'Connor coming in on that blitz, I think that really influenced Brazil's decision on what to do with the ball. So Monarchs making good decisions, that coaching staff, that defensive coaching staff there. Nice job with the blitzes.
And it looks like for the second time today, Bellevue West will punt the ball. With 7 minutes left, I almost would say go for it, but they're not going to, as they will punt the ball away. And they'll be downed at about the 22.5-yard line. So here we go, 6:57, Sean, 10-point game. All the Monarchs really need to do is run the clock down.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, they have Sean Van Briesen, who's had a fantastic game so far. Give him the ball, let him run this clock out a little bit, keep that Thunderbirds defense on the field.
So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 22. And Van Briesen does not get the handoff as DeToro takes it himself, goes to the outside. He breaks a tackle, and DeToro takes 4 guys to bring him down. See the sportsmanship by number 42, Ryan Curl, as he helps DeToro up. Always like to see sportsmanship between 2 teams.
That's true, Kyle, especially in a game like this. And I think we've seen after every play, we see the Thunderbirds helping up the Monarchs help up the other guys. So you're right, it is good to see that in a game that's so intense as this.
Emotions rise in football games, but at the end of the day, you got to remember it's just a game. So here we go. First down, DeToro gets hit, and he gets away from 2 guys. DeToro throws the ball, and it's completed to number 4, Jalen Allison. Wow. Alec DeToro is like Harry Houdini.
Yeah, Kyle, that was amazing. I mean, it looked like he was going down about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, gets away, and I don't know how that ball got to Jalen Allison's hands.
I mean, you look at that play, and it looks like DeToro probably should have been sacked, but somehow, some way, he got out of it. Pulling magic out of his hat there as DeToro will hand the ball to Van Briesen, who will get the first down. Van Briesen, the first down, and much, much more.
Kyle, right there, another breakaway run from Van Briesen, breaking a few tackles on that play. It looks like he wanted a little more, but that gets a first down and more for the Monarchs.
So here we go on first down on the 39 for the Monarchs as they're just strolling right along, running down the clock, 5:40 left, and the clock is ticking. As DeToro, 4 wide set, And he will hand the ball. No, he won't hand the ball as he breaks a tackle and gets tripped up, losing a few yards on the play on the quarterback keeper.
That's Rusty Barber there on the tackle. Nice job getting to Toro's legs, keeping him from breaking away into another fantastic play like he had before.
So here we go. 5 minutes left in the game. The Monarchs are going to have the ball at the 49-yard line. DeToro being blitzed, and he'll get out of one. There's Houdini again, finding 15 to Reed Mathias, and they're going to say incomplete as the ball touched the ground, which will stop the clock. That'll bring up 3rd and 17. The clock is stopped with that incomplete pass. So DeToro got pressure on that last one, but again, he just finds his way out of it, and that's going to be offsides on the defense. Nice hard count by DeToro there. 2 guys jump on the defensive line, and that will be an offside penalty, encroachment for number 76, Frank Dolenchek, and number 60, Andrew Oxtabi.
So Kyle, we talked before about whichever team makes the most mistakes, not going to be able to win this game, and there's another mistake from the Thunderbirds right there.
Yeah, they've had many penalties and a few turnovers, and that's what's helped the Monarchs maybe secure a victory as they are up by 10. DeToro, a long pass, which is going to sail out of bounds. I think he just wanted to get rid of it as he was getting pressured there, bringing up 4th and 12, and here comes that punting unit. So Bellevue West will get the ball with less than 5 minutes to go. Van Briesen into punt on the 46. And a penalty called. Clock is dead. And that's going to be on Bellevue West, so another mistake made by Bellevue West there, Sean. And yet again, the Monarchs are going to get an extra 5 yards, bringing up 4th and 7. An illegal substitution for Bellevue West was the call.
Looks like they'll still punt it away. C.J. Johnson back there to return this.
And Briesen's high punt, and that is going to be into the end zone for a touchback. With 4:33, Bellevue West will take the ball over at the 20-yard line. 31-21 Monarchs.
So Kyle, the Thunderbirds really need to have a sense of urgency on this drive. 2-possession game with 4.5 minutes left. They have to be looking to score on this drive.
Brazil, he's going to have to go down the field fast if he wants to come back. I mean, it is a 2-score game right now. But they can't give up. I mean, anything can happen in 4.5 minutes. That's going to be a false start on number 2, Malik Kulichweki. Here comes the official call. No, they're going to call an offsides instead on the Monarchs, and it looked like the Monarchs must have moved first before Kulichweki did, so now it'll be 1st and 5. And Brazil's pass to Kulichweki, who gets a 1st down and a little bit more.
It's a nice little screen pass. Thunderbirds maybe setting up for that bigger play.
And there the Thunderbirds are throwing the ball again. They started off the game trying to get the ground game working. It didn't work, and so far through the air, it's worked 3 times, actually, as they've had 3 touchdowns on it. And now that's going to be a false start call on the offense, sending them back 5 yards for a 1st and 15.
Man, Kyle, we've seen a lot of false starts and a lot of offsides on both, as for both teams, and these mistakes just continue to happen.
Here we go, 1st and 15, Sean, and he's got trips to his right for Brazil as he'll step back. And he is going to be brought down by Stephen Bowers and Tyler Koch. Those two have been quite the duo on the defensive line today, bringing pressure on each and every play.
Yeah, Kyle, they have been working hard tonight. Brazil's a tough quarterback. And, of course, this Bellevue East offense, tough team.
Tyler Koch's that senior D-end, and next year he's looking to go to Northwest Missouri State to play football. And that is going to be another false start on the offense. They're going to move back another 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 19, Sean. How do you limit these turnovers? I mean, it's happened too many times.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, they really just need to regain their focus here in the last 4 minutes or so of this game if they really want to have a chance.
And Brazil is going to step back. He'll throw the ball to Kuluchueki, who fights for some yards as he's brought down. So here we go, Sean, 3:15. The clock keeps ticking and ticking. He's going to send his man in motion. Brazil going to roll out, and he's going to go along to C.J. Johnson, who comes down. No, he had it at first, but it's batted out of his hands.
It's great pass coverage from Jack Kalina and Jalen Allison there. C.J. Johnson, that top receiver for the Thunderbirds, big guy. Nice job from the defenders.
And here we go, 4th and 16. This is a last chance. If he doesn't get it here, this could be the final nail in the coffin. And it's bobbled up in the air. And it's still caught, though. And now it's a fumble. And it's recovered. Might have been the Monarchs. Our cameraman couldn't quite pick that up. The ball was batted in the air. It was still caught by Bellevue West. And it'll be Monarchs' ball after the failed 4th down conversion. With 2:54 left, Sean, is there any chance Bellevue West could come back?
You know what, Kyle? I think that great play on defense from the Monarchs right there kind of just destroyed the hopes for Thunderbirds tonight. Still down by 10 points, just under 3 minutes left, and the Monarchs have the ball on Thunderbirds territory.
And Bellevue West fans are starting to clear the bleachers in disappointment, but every dog has its day. So here we go with DeToro. And he'll hand the ball to Sean Van Briesen. In fact, DeToro will keep it himself on the option keeper. And DeToro's going to go up the sideline and go out of bounds. And that'll stop the clock, actually.
So another great play from Alec DeToro as this offense continues to successfully move the ball against these Thunderbirds.
So it'll bring up a 1st down on the 23. The Monarchs need to keep the ball in bounds and just run down this clock. With this game, the Monarchs look like they will hand Bellevue West's first loss of the season. They came into this game 4-0, and they might leave this game 4-1 as Van Briesen gets up the middle for a big gain. Who's been a workhorse all day, and Van Briesen looks like he might be hurt. He's not getting up. He finally gets up slowly, and Van Briesen hurt his leg, it looks like, as he's limping. So 23, Drake Childress will come in for Van Briesen as he limps off the field.
Kyle, that would be too bad if Van Briesen's got something that is more than just a stinger. Like you said, he's had a fantastic game tonight, like the best player we've seen so far tonight.
You know, he's had a fantastic game on a fantastic season as well. So we hope it's just a stinger as DeToro is going to come back in with the play on 2nd and short. Drake Childress, the sophomore running back who backs up Sean Van Briesen, is going to get into the game now. We'll see if they hand the ball off to the young guy. Another flag on the play. And a delay of game on DeToro and the offense. That's going to send them back.
It's interesting, Kyle. You don't see a whole lot of that on the Monarch offense. They're usually pretty quick to get to the line and get that play going.
So DeToro's going to roll out, and he'll throw to Jack Kalina. Kalina, who's taken off the gloves and gets pushed out of bounds. And that'll bring up 3rd and short for the Monarchs with 2 minutes left to go in the game. Monarch Broadcasting would like to thank our administration for their generation for their generous offerings for Monarch Broadcasting. All this equipment's very expensive. So here we go on 4th and short.
4th down and 6. Bellevue West calls a timeout. 1:52 left in this game. Monarchs still ahead by.
Come here. Yeah, I was going to say generous donation. I said generation. It's a completely different word. Right when I said generation, I just muted myself. I said I'm done.
So after the
minute 52 left, ball on the 19, 4th and 6 for the Monarchs. And their offense is going to stay on the field.
Might as well, Kyle. Not too far to go in Thunderbirds territory. They could add a few more points to this lead.
Sends a man in motion. He'll find Jack Kalina. That's going to be incomplete. Maybe Kalina should have kept those gloves on.
Yeah, Kyle. That's the first drop pass we've seen from Kalina, who also has an interception on the night.
Kalina has played very well today. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds on the 19-yard line with 1:48 left. And Brazil is going to throw it out to number 15, C.J. Johnson.
That's a heck of a tackle from Jalen Allison. Not a very big guy. C.J. Johnson pretty big. Allison takes him down pretty well. Nice job.
So here we go. 1st and 10 again on the 31 this time. Brazil. He's going to step out. He's pressured. And he's going to roll around. And he's finally going to get brought down and sacked by number 8, Cameron O'Connor.
So Kyle, this whole game we've seen the Monarchs make life tough on Brazil. They're in the pocket, continuing to do so in the last minute and a half of the game.
On that 1st down play, he was sacked for a 2-yard loss, and 2nd and 12, and looks like another timeout, and that'll be the last timeout called by Bellevue West. They will have no timeouts left. Big win for the Monarchs here with 1:11 left. It doesn't look like Bellevue West has much of a chance of coming back. Next week, the Monarchs host Millard North, the defending state champions, who started off 0-2, but since then have won 2 straight. Millard North, we'll see if they can walk into the Foundation Field and beat the Monarchs next week. And after that, the Monarchs travel to Kinnick Stadium to play Omaha North. So we got 2 games for the Monarchs coming up, 2 tough opponents for the Monarchs.
Yep, Kyle, they really cannot let up. Played a tough game tonight. They have to continue that in the next 2 weeks.
And Brazil is going to pass it to Kuluchawecki, who gets a first down and much more as he goes out of bounds to stop that clock. If the Monarchs play as tough as they did, like you said, Sean, there's no reason they can't, you know, stick in with the big boys, as one would say. Miller North, still a tough team, even though they started off rocky, but they are the defending state champs. Never underestimate a defending state champion.
Very true.
And that ball is up for C.J. Johnson, who bobbles it. It's a fumble, maybe. I don't know. We'll call it an incomplete pass instead. Wow, C.J. Johnson showing good hands, but then couldn't keep a hold of the ball. If he would have, that would have been a touchdown, Sean.
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, that's the first time we've seen something like that with C.J. Johnson. Looks like he had the pass. Just nothing doing.
So here we go on 2nd and 10. We're in Brazil. Under pressure again, and he's going to get brought down. No, he's not. He's going to Houdini himself as he finally gets brought down by Josh Roberts and Nick Lechtenberg. He escaped Cameron O'Connor. He escaped Tyler Koch, but he couldn't escape the last two guys there, Josh Roberts and Nick Lechtenberg, in on the sack there.
.30 seconds left in the game.
Time keeps rolling, and Bellevue West just looking to pack some stats here. Brazil's going to step back, has a lot of time, and that ball is going to be bobbled. Incomplete, 13 seconds left in the game. The Monarchs will improve to 4-1 on the season as Bellevue West gets handed their first loss, and will also be 4-1 when this game is over.
So, Kyle, we saw a great game tonight. Nice job. You know, the Monarchs come here. It's an away game. They're the underdogs, and they really just play a fantastic game every quarter. And like we talked about, Sean Van Briesen had a great game running the ball.
And so here we go with 13 seconds left. Number 13, Brazil is going to throw the ball deep, and it's going to be almost intercepted by David Newell with 8 seconds left. These two talented teams, no doubt, their paths, they could cross again. I mean, they are in the same district, so when the state playoffs come around, you never know. The first round matchup could be these two teams. They're very talented. They're both going to be 4-1 after this game. Great job by both teams here today, but at the end, the Monarchs came away with it. They made less mistakes, less penalties, less turnovers, and at the end of the day, that's what helped them win.
Very true, Kyle, and victory formation for the Monarchs as DeToro takes
that is the end of the game, Sean.
So, Kyle, tonight we had two very skilled teams. One of them undefeated, the Thunderbirds, now with their first loss this year so far. Monarchs coming out here tonight, doing a fantastic job. It's a fantastic team. Here's a look at some previous plays that had a huge impact on the game. Toro here.
On this play, DeToro got tattooed. You'll see that hit right there.
Yep, that's from number 7, Jovan Gasper.
And that set up Bosilevic's second field goal of the season. Excuse me, Gage Romans, rather. And Sean, that was that fumble play that was really that was one of the, last times in the game where we really saw the Monarchs, their momentum had really just shifted at the end there, and that was help to that. And of course, that always helps too when Sean Van Briesen runs it in there for a 19-yard touchdown.
Oh, and here's that sack, one of the many sacks on Brazil in that last quarter. That defensive line for the Monarchs, huge impact on this game tonight.
The Monarchs just came away very clutch in this game, and they played harder, they played smarter, and that's what helped them win. And that was that tipped pass that was eventually caught by Kuluchawecki.
Kyle, I think this game tonight had a lot to do with the mentality that the Monarchs brought with them. As we see them huddling up as a team here after the game is over. A lot of excitement still over this huge win, and I think it's really going to define them for the rest of the season. If they can continue with this mentality, they could have a great season.
So that's it, Sean. Here from Bellevue West, I'm Kyle Cephas.
It's Sean Crowell.
Signing out. Thanks for joining us for another Monarch Broadcasting.